There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in every. I want to start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino. Hey, yo, what's going on right now? You're watching Casino is the Name. We live right now. In this video, we're talking about basically breaking down my $170,000 income. So a lot of people been wondering, you know, how I live. A lot of people who watch this channel know I do a lot of different type of things. And so, you know, they wonder like, okay, how much money is it for real? And of course, it's different in different years. Last year, we had I think that was last year, had a record-breaking year. It was a crazy year. This year, it's a lot more modest. I mean, well, modest. $170,000 I wouldn't consider necessarily modest. But it's definitely not as much money as what came in last year. I mean, last year I had a month where I did 150,000. So it's a very, you know, it's a very different situation now. But this year, 170,000 is pretty much what I'm pretty much expecting to have made this year. And so I just wanted to bring like a more real conversation to the public, you know, to the forefront. A lot of people wonder, like, you know, we see people and we wonder how they live, how they are able to afford the things they're able to afford, how much money they really make, how they make their money, the different ways that people bring in money. So it's all different. So this time I wanted to just see if we could do a little experiment so we can just talk about actually how the money is made. Because a lot of people think that everything is just one, like, you know, you have a job or you have a business and that's, you know, pretty much all your money right there. And I'm not saying that a lot of people aren't living that way, but that's not at all how I have done things or how I constantly do things. All right, so hold on. We got a statement right now. We got in the chat. The Legacy Nurse says, "Hi Casino, first time catching you live. I'm following your content on government contracting. Thank you for all you're sharing." Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. In case you don't know, I've done government contracts. I've done trucking. I've done real estate. I've done consulting. Just general business advice. You name it. I've been a federal employee. I've done so many different things. I've been a federal contractor. Just did a lot. And so, you know, I'm jack of all trades, master of none. I'm also ex-military, ex-Air Force. Even in the Air Force, I had 2 jobs, actually 3, because I did some orders as security forces for a stint for about a year and some change. So I've constantly, my entire career, been adapting and changing and moving. And so when it comes to my civilian career, I don't really see me changing much, or like, not just to say my civilian career, but my future. I don't necessarily see me being settled in any one thing. But I'm very, very glad that the Legacy Nurse has found my YouTube channel now. Are you a nurse by like are you an RN, like, or do you have a nursing practice, or are you employed as a nurse? I know it says the Legacy Nurse, but you gotta ask these questions. Trust me, you have to ask these questions. It may be a nurse who's working in accounting, and you just never know. RJ says, "You still in trucking?" No, now I do consulting for trucking companies. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine is trying to ship a car right now. And so I'm going to see if I can make some connections for him. But no, I mainly just do consulting. So people who are trying to start their own trucking authority or something like that, I kind of help them out. And so, but I don't currently do trucking right now. When I left trucking, so I got into trucking because the government at the time, I was a federal employee working in accounting, and the government had a government shutdown. So that's when they didn't have a budget approved, so they had to tell all federal employees not to come back to work. So While during that process, I got my authority and started running loads. And so when I was in trucking, the money was fairly decent. It was pretty good. And transitioning out of that, the only reason I really transitioned out of it was because the government brought us back to work. And during the time that I was running my trucking company, my YouTube channel took off, and I had to decide, because I've gone to college for accounting. I very much so enjoy the career field. I was not planning on leaving accounting for trucking, but I had to decide either I was going to keep trucking or I was going to keep YouTube, and YouTube was more the passion. So there you have it. I enjoy helping you guys more than I enjoy running the trucking company, but the money was not even close. It's not even close. Like, trucking made me way, way, way more money than YouTube probably ever will. At this rate, I think I've made only like 18, 20,000, let's say $20,000 from YouTube in total. But trucking, I mean, you know, you can be clocking a couple $1,000s a week, $5,000, $6,000 a week, $7,000 a week. It's a very different thing. But this is the passion. So I just chose. And accounting paid the bills for the house and stuff like that. So it wasn't like I needed trucking to survive. It was cool during the shutdown, though. It was cool during the shutdown. It definitely kept me moving and motivated, and kept, the bills paid during that time. But it wasn't really my passion. And I don't necessarily say follow your passion unless your passion can pay you. But I already had something paying me, so I was able to follow my passion, which is this. But all right, so how do I make $170,000? And it's crazy because, like, in the beginning of this video, I was saying how I probably had a record-breaking year last year, and doing government contracts and stuff like that. And I had a month where in March I made $94,000 on March 3rd, and on the 29th I made another $56,000. So I had $150,000 that I made in just the month of March. And so that's a record-breaking year. It was crazy. So fast forward to this, I'm looking at $170,000 for the year of 2024. And I'm not doing government contracts right now. So no, you know what? As a matter of fact, it's probably a little higher. I mean, it is a little higher than 170,000. I try to underestimate than overestimate. So my income this year is a little higher than 170,000 because I did actually do a government contract this year, but I'm not even counting that in this. I guess I should, but I'm not even counting that. It was a small contract. But if I was just looking at the 170, like saying that I made 170,000 this year, it really wasn't a heavy lift. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. One is I'm selling a house. And I'm probably gonna make 60,000 or so. Let's say 55,000 on that. But I'm saying for this estimate, I'm only saying that I'm gonna profit 40,000. So even though I'm going to profit more, I just like to round down. So that's why I said the 170 is a little higher than what I'm actually saying that I'm going to make. But one is I'm selling a house. So selling a house, the profit should be about 56,000. But for this conversation, I'm saying that the profit is only 40,000. So it's about 15,000 more than this video titled, just in that situation. So that's that. Number two is I have a VA check. Okay, so I get a VA check, and so that's about 29,000 for the year. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let me do this. I have another idea. Let's try this way. All right, so give me 1 second. Let's do it like this. All right. Hopefully you guys can still see what I'm doing. Hopefully you guys can still see. All right, so let's say calculator. All right, so let's say from this current position that I'm in, my job, I'll probably bring in around 107,000 from this job. plus the 40,000, which is really like 55, 56,000. Let's just say 40,000 from the house that I'm selling, and that's on the profit. I owe 30 something, and I'm selling it for, I owe 30, 35, I believe, and I'm selling it for like 90 something. So it's about 56,000 or so difference, whatever it is. And so I'm just saying 40,000, right? Let's just say 40,000. Okay, so, and I just like to round down, that's why. So I'm supposed to be closing on this house, selling it on the 8th of October. So I know I'm counting a little in advance, but we'll see. So I should make 40,000 on that. Plus my VA check is 29,000. So about 176,000. And I did a government contract for, I think it was like 4,000 or something. So that would have even pushed that to 180. But I guess when you add the other 15,000 onto the house, it's probably closer to 195. But regardless, let's just focus on the 170,000, right? Let's focus on this. This was not that, I actually had I was working in budget for Special Operations Command. I was on contract. So I was still doing government contracting, but as a contractor myself, and I was making 110,000 at the beginning of this year when I was down in Tampa. I don't know if you guys saw any of those videos, but I talked about it there. But I was actually making 110,000 earlier, so that 107 would have been 110. I took less money to come back here, but yeah. So I was making 110 with no overtime, just straight regular 40 hours a week. And then this house that I'm selling it, profiting 40,000. I've rented it out for years. I've probably been a landlord in that house for over 10 years. Over 10 years I had the house rented out. So finally selling it, I'm gonna walk away with 56,000. I'm rounding down to 40,000. I like to underestimate. And then my VA check is, hold on, let me see. Let me try to calculate it. It's 2497. Uh-oh, let me clear this. All right, so 2497 times 12 is 29,964. So even here, I still downplayed the money. You never want to overestimate. I hate when people get to talking like they really, people like, yo, I made 80,000 this year, and I'm like, okay, let's how? And they be like, well, I got $900 a month, and I'm like, you said you made 80,000 this year. And they're like, yeah, I made $900 a month. Are you sure? Like, yeah, 900 a month. And I said 900 a month times 12 months is 10,800. This is a real conversation, by the way. This is really a conversation that really happened. Somebody told me they made about $80,000, and when we sat down, because they were saying, yeah, I'm getting like $450 every 2 weeks, but I get paid on the 1st and 15th for my job, so they really weren't even getting paid 26 times for the year. And it total, when I broke it down and showed it to them and showed them how they really made 10,800, and I think because I'm thinking, no, you probably got your math wrong. You don't really make 900. You probably make 900. Wait, I don't even know. You got to make that 3 times a week. Like what do you like? I think you're confusing something that I'm saying. And they're like, no, and they showed me like, no, I'm really just getting $900 every 2 weeks, well, 1st and 15th, and I was like, no other money? They was like, nah. They were surprised when they actually saw the money calculated and how much it was, because Live Life, I guess, felt like he made more money than that. I don't know. That's why I feel like we need to definitely break out calculators and stuff to figure these things out. But let me go back so I can see what you guys are saying. All right, so The legacy nurse says, thank you for your service. Please share your sister's info for her government consulting. Yes, I've been an RN for 16 years. I've been interested in entrepreneurship since 2016. Okay. Okay. Jeez. Okay. The legacy nurse says, I've invested over $50,000 into numerous courses, coaching, mentorship, and started 3 LLCs since 2018, but honestly did not have the focus to make any of my efforts truly profitable or impactful. Wow. You know what? What I really like about what you're saying right now is that you're taking accountability. You're taking you would not be, you'll be surprised how many people do what you just did and they just expect the course or whoever they paid the mentorship through, they just expect them to make them successful without them doing anything. It's kind of like they think that they're hiring somebody to do the work for them, when there's a lot more work involved. And as a matter of fact, when most of the coaches that I know, when they charge, them charging is really not so much about the money, but it's more about making you commit to it. Because the idea is, if you pay for it, you're definitely going to do it. Because if I try to give it to you for free, then you're not going to do anything with it. But there's still a part of accountability that I'm just glad that you're taking on that. But you're going to be straight, though. We're going to get you right. Sheenapreneur now. Sheena has an amazing coaching course and mentor. Well, she has an amazing course. She does mentoring too, I'm sure. So definitely, I think mentoring, or at least she takes calls. You got to figure that out. But I know she takes calls and she does like counseling sessions and stuff. But I don't know if she has a full-on mentor program. But the legacy nurse says Queen Sheena is here for sure. The queen. While L23 says, dude who think he made 80,000 from $18.99 a month needs to see a psychiatrist. Sheenapreneur says, hey, legacy nurse with a heart. And then she says, mentoring is part of it. Yes, for sure, for sure. So, yeah, like you'll be like, so while L23 is saying, by the way, YL23, he didn't make $1,800 for the month. He made $900 for the month. He was making $450 first and 15th. So he only made $900 for the entire month. I was in shock. Now he had a place to stay. He had a little car he got around on, and he used to, party a little bit. He used to smoke a little bit, drink a little bit, and So how he survived, though, was he was in a relationship, and him and his girlfriend, he was in a town that rent wasn't expensive. I don't know how much the rent was, maybe $700-800 a month, but him and his girl, she had a job, and I guess he just contributed, but it didn't really hinder his lifestyle. It was just crazy. And so he felt like he was living at a level where, but it wasn't just all him. His money was probably just extra, like chill money or whatever. So his expenses was low, He bought most of his clothes from Ross, Ross Dress for Less, and TJ Maxx, and he had plenty of clothes and plenty of shoes, and you'd be surprised. So you can live if you join forces with other people. You can definitely, I guess, live a much more comfortable life than a single person or individual by themselves, If you had a brother or sister or cousin or significant other and y'all are living together and splitting the bills, it can go a long way. The legacy nurse says, hi, Sheena, thank you for all that each of you do on YouTube. I have to accept, sorry, the lights is bright in here. I have to accept that working 12 and 16-hour nursing shifts make it difficult to be disciplined, but GovCon will be my way out, for sure, for sure. While L23 says, so on that 102,000 you made, how much taxes you have to pay on that? It's about 107,000 that I made from this. And I'm gonna tell you, okay? So this is what my plan is. I was gonna do a whole separate video on this. I got a whole plan. All right, hold on. I'm gonna tell you about it. Let me finish reading. Um, but where did he get the $80,000 from? I'm confused. So while L23, I'm gonna come back to it. So I was talking to him because like I see him living decent and stuff like that. Now I didn't know how much money he was really making. I mean, how many of us actually sit? That's why I'm even doing this video. How many of us actually sit and ask people how much money they make? And unless they file taxes, and you'd be surprised how many people say, well, I'll find out how much I made once I file taxes. But if you're somebody who don't file taxes, then, because on 10, you ain't filing taxes anyway. But so for somebody who doesn't really file taxes, they don't really know how much money they make anyway. They just go off of how they feel, the music they listen to, being able to do this or do that, smoke when they want to, drink when they want to. So that mentality, I mean, that mentality is just not really clear on how much money like having that mentality is just not like you're sitting there actually running the numbers. Nobody's actually sitting you down and saying how much money did you make. And there are people who make 100,000 or make six figures and they don't realize they make six figures until I'm sitting down with them and I'm running the numbers on everything that they have coming in. And then they're like, oh, dang, that's crazy. Because they may have a car that they're selling and then they got a family member paying them for the car because they're trying to buy it from them or something like that, but they paying them every month, but they're not counting that money. But that money might be $500 every month, which is $6,000. So they may be saying, well, I only make this 94,000. It's like, oh, well, you got this other 6,000 over here that's coming in. They're like, oh, I forgot about that. Or I forgot about, this VA, this Montgomery GI Bill, like the VA money when you go to school, they're not counting that, but they've been getting that every month, and that they might have got 12,000 for the year from just that, and been at like 88,000 in their job, and not realize they brought in 100,000. So sometimes you just got to sit down and like go over it with people. But I'm an accountant. This is so. Just for clarity, that's part of the reason why we're doing this, because I want people to like really sit down and say, how much money do I actually make, and speak to other people about it. It'll help you probably even make other decisions in your life. But now, while L23 said, so on that 102 you made, how much taxes you have to pay on it? All right, so this is my plan, okay? You're getting in my business now. Now we getting in my business, okay? All right, so let me change this out. All right. So can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen? I just need to know. Put a $sign in the comment section if you can see my screen. All right, let me see. 401k contribution limits. All right, so this is what I do every year. So I check the 401k contribution limits. Now, your 401k, you know what? I got to go back to my calculator real quick. I got to go back to the calculator. Hold on, let me go back. How do I go back on this? I guess I can't really do it this way. So I just got to put it. All right, so hold on. All right, so now let's say, can you guys see my screen? Just curious. Let me check in because I can't even tell what y'all are saying. Because I don't see no $sign. Okay, I see a money bag. Okay, all right, there we go. All right, hold on. All right. So, can y'all see the calculator? All right, so if you were to bring in 100,000, let's say, oh shoot, I'm putting the wrong number. So you were to bring in $100,000, right? And you have a 401k at the company that you're working at. You multiply that times 0.05. Well, so with the federal government, they have a 5% match, and a lot of companies have 5% match, and some have more, some have a little less, maybe 3, maybe 4. Some have 7, some have 25% match. It just depends on where you're working. But generally speaking, most federal employees have a 5% matching, and so that's about $5,000. So technically, you didn't make $100,000. You technically made $105,000, because this $5,000 would go into that $100,000 that would have been an increase to your salary. Now, and that's still not including any of the health benefits that, I think when I was making about 87 or 7, I think like 82,000, back when I was making like 82,000, my salary package was 118,000. Like on the paper it said salary 82,000, but with your benefits packages and everything, it was 118,000 is what I costed the government. So yeah. So there's all these other numbers that would actually balloon. So if you already make 100,000, then you technically probably make somewhere like the total cost of you. Well, the advantage of you having that job is equivalent to bringing in maybe like 125, 130 or something. Just saying. Regardless, we focus on this right now because this is actual real money right here. All right, so this 100,000 at 5% is 5,000. So the 105,000 is really what you brought in, what you generated by contributing 5,000. So they put technically $10,000 up for you, 5% from you and 5% from them. So 10,000 went into a 401k for you, but it also, that $5,000, because you contributed your $5,000, it reduced your income to 95,000, right? Now, here's the part that people don't realize. So like the money that, well, let me try to, okay, this is not doing what I wanted to do. All right, so 401k contribution, 2024. I don't know why it's skipping like that. All right, so it's $23,000. So for the year of 2024, you can put $23,000 of your salary into your 401k. Now, if you brought in $100,000, okay, this is crazy. Let me just, I didn't expect to use a calculator this much. I don't know why I keep skipping over what I'm clicking on. All right, so if you brought in $100,000, you could put $23,000 into your 401k. It'll bring down your taxable income to $77,000, plus they still gave you an additional $5,000, right? So you technically have $28,000 of your salary in a 401k plan, which you still have access to if you want to take a loan or buy a car or give yourself a loan that you pay back to yourself. You can still do that, but you could put $28,000 out of this $100,000 into a 401k and only pay taxes on the $77,000. Now, what am I going to do? So that $40,000 that I had come in, so remember I have $40,000 that's coming in to me. Now I've already, of course, been contributing to my 401k, and I typically max it out, but I'm doing some other things right now. So I didn't technically max it out. I think I might have been doing mainly just the matching, but I was planning on getting around to maxing it out. But since I'm getting this $40,000 coming in, remember I can only put in up to $23,000 for the year. So I think for the rest of the year I may have, I don't even know. It's maybe $12,000 more that I can contribute to my 401k or something like that. I mean, like I'll have between now and Christmas, because it's also tax year contribution. So what I'm going to do is, out of that 40,000, because by the way, it's no capital gains tax on that 40,000, because I'm selling a house, but it's not like $1 million profit, and I had the house well over 2 years. So you got to have the house 2 years, and I can't remember exactly what the capital gains limit is, but matter of fact, we can look that up. Capital gains limit. Okay, it don't want to do right. Let me see. Capital gains. Oh, real estate. Well, I'm not gonna pay capital gains on this house anyway, and even if it was gonna be, I'm not at an amount where it would that 40,000 wouldn't be at an amount. This ain't what I'm trying to find, but it's not at an amount that would really matter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my entire check moving forward into my 401k. So I'm going to put my entire check moving forward for like once that check drop on the 8th, I'm going to just kind of like, because I've been trying to figure out how can I get that amount of money into my 401k. Can't just like write a check to put it in there. Well, let's say even if I wrote a check to just put it in there, it wouldn't help me on my taxes. See, I want to avoid paying taxes, but I don't want to evade paying taxes. See, tax avoidance is legal, tax evasion is illegal. So if I just wrote a check and put it in there, it's no taxes on that money anyway. But the money that's coming in my check, it is going to be taxes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump my entire check. 100% of my money that's coming in is going to go into my 401k for the next few months until December, which still wouldn't give me enough to encompass the whole 40,000. But what I can do is next year, and because I'm going to live off of the 40,000, which will be whatever I'm supposed to get on my check, I'll pay to myself from the money, or just use it as I need to for paying bills or whatever. But I'm going to dump my entire check into my 401k, and then that way that taxes that the money that would have been on that, the taxes that would have been on that money, I get now tax deferred. So at the end of this year, I will hit the 23,000 in contributions, as well as I benefit from the other. Well, it's going to be a little more than 23,000 because I make a little more than 100, but I'll benefit from that. Plus, I'll get the 5% matching, so I'll have that sitting in my 401k. And then the next year, I still would have, let's say, let's go back to our calculator real quick. Okay, so let's go back to our calculator. Okay, so now we're back at our calculator. Let's say I had 107,000 minus 23,000 is 84,000, right? So this is what I'll be, I guess you can say, taxed on, right? I'll be taxed on the 84,000, but I'll be putting, let's say 107,000 times 0.05. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on, let me do that. Let me do that again. 107. Shoot. There's no back button on this, right? God. Oh, okay, right there. Okay, 107,000 times 0.05 is equal to 5350. So I'll put the 23,000 plus the 5350, that'll be 28,350 into my 401k, and I can use that money moving forward if I need to. But let's say it only takes out of that 40,000. Let's just say it only takes maybe 12,000 out of that amount, right? So that leaves me with 28,000 still left that I need to put back into my 401k. So in the beginning part of next year, I'll still max out. I'll put my entire check into my 401k at the beginning of the year. And let me see what the 401k, and you have to check this every year, 401k contribution limits 2025. Okay, they give you, it's likely increase from 20,000. So they're gonna either give you an extra 500 or extra $1,000 that you can put in there. But either way, remember I would have about $28,000 left to put in there. So for the next, not just next year, but the year after, I'll be dumping all of that profit that I made through my 401k, and then of course I'll probably do some other stuff. Probably do some depreciation of like houses or something like that. But yeah, or just business. You know, you got your business. You know, yeah, you got to take on the cost of expenses and things like that through your business or whatever. But you gotta be aggressive when figuring out how to structure your finances. You know. Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, I'm just giving back to the chat. Hold on, let me catch up. Let me see where y'all at. Okay, what up, casino? So Deontay Williams said, "What up, casino from East St. Louis, Illinois?" Hey, yo, check. Yo, everybody, do y'all know how bad? I don't know if it's still like that, Deontay, but I had a partner from East St. Louis. His last name was Talley. We was in the military together. That's the only Douglas Talley. That was his name. This guy gave the Air Force pure hell. They didn't know what to do. This guy was in tech school. He gave them hell, and so I'm like, yo man, why you can't just do right? He said, bro, I'm from East St. Louis. He said, it's bad where I'm from. I ain't from St. Louis. I'm from East St. Louis. It's a whole different place. And so he started telling us about it, and then I ended up going on the TDY with the Air Force to St. Louis, and they was like, yo, there's a sign. We can go to East St. Louis. Y'all want to go there? They were just like touring. I said, I don't think we're supposed to go there because of Douglas Talley, and that's when I started hearing more about how bad it was in East St. Louis. So shout out to you, brother. Yes, sir. Legacy Nurse says, same here. Math wasn't mathing. Sheenapreneur says, but that's different from one income. You can't think you can make an $80,000 when you have one income bringing you $900 a month. What kind of job did he have? Okay, I'm done. He worked in the barbershop. He was the person who he would sometimes sweep up. He would sometimes like when they have the modern barbershops where you don't just pay the barber no more. They give you they write something on it, and it's like a ticket or something, and you take it to the front counter, and that person who takes the money, and he did that, While L23 says, yeah, tax deductions is a grown man's and grown woman's business, LOL, for sure. That's a fact. Legacy Nurse says, Sheena, yes, we can. How do we contact your sister? How do we contact your sister for her services? I got you. I'm gonna definitely put you in contact. I'm gonna definitely put you in contact with her for sure. I got you. Matter of fact, make sure you message me on Instagram. I'm gonna put my IG in here right now. All right, so Deontay, $sign, drop the $sign, yeah. Wow, L23 says, wow. Yeah. All right, so Legacy Nurse says, wait, when did you pause on government contracts and go back to work? So my ultimate goal is to be an SES. So I was delusional in this. I thought because I was working alongside SESs and GS15s and I have a company, and like when you're a business owner, it's nothing like being, say, an employee or government employee or anything like that. You're already at the top. So I thought, since I'm working, I'm handling problems I'm sitting at the round table with the heads of departments and stuff like that. We're trying to figure out things. They're sending their assistants to assist my assistants and things like that. So I'm under the impression that I'm their equal because I'm a civilian. I'm not even a civilian. I'm a business owner. I'm a CEO. So I'm thinking that I'm like them. I got HR issues. I got payroll issues. I got this going on. I got that going on. I got the same stuff they have going on. In my mind, I was like them, right? So I was like, okay, after doing all these things I was doing, project management, all of that kind of stuff, I was like, you know what? The only thing that makes sense, if you make, hold on, let me get this calculator out real quick. Let me get this calculator out real quick. Again, we going back to the calculator. So hold on, let me find my calculator. Because I'm going somewhere with this. Trust me. All right. So, all right. So, no. I think it was like 45. No, it was 50. So 50 plus 60. Oh no, not 65. 94 plus 56. Okay. So when you make $200,000 in 2 to 3 months, you get to thinking that like, wait, this SES's salary is 150, 160, 180, 200. I made what he made in 2-3 months. And we're sitting at this table together. You get to thinking, we're the same. We're equals. You get to thinking like that. You get to thinking like, oh, this is my counterpart. If I was to go back into the government, I need to go back as an SES. SES was my career goal, and so that's why I even wanted to be an SES. That was like my career goal from the jump. But now, because of what I'm doing, I'm thinking these things is like I could walk into this. I should start building my package to compete for these jobs, for these SES jobs. And I reached out to a company to assist me with my resume, and they quickly woke me up to the fact that I was nowhere close to their equal. And I was like, well, they was like, have you ever supervised? Have you ever been a leader? I'm like, yeah, of course. I got my own company. Of course, I'm a leader. I mean, I got 11 employees, And they was like, oh, okay, 11 employees. They were like, well, the people you're going to be competing against got like 4,000 employees, 8,000 employees. So even though they made maybe considerably less money, the level that they're operating at when it comes to a people standpoint and the things that they got to deal with, EEO complaints, congressionals, all of that kind of stuff, it's a completely different world from what I was doing. So they woke me up. I realized I was way out of my depth. Okay, so after that, I was like, okay, well, how do I get there then? They were like, well, you basically have to do these things called ECQs. Let's go back. I just set this up. I'm so excited that I'm able to do this. I have no idea. I've been wanting to do this for so long. All right, so, okay, ECQs. So in order to become an SES, you pretty much have to have these things called ECQs. And the only way to get them, I don't know what just happened. I know what happened. The only way, I can't even go back. I hate this thing. It won't let me search? Okay, ECQ. I don't know what's happening. I'm not sure. Let me refresh this. But you have these things called ECQs, and I don't know why it's not letting me do it. But ECQs are pretty much where you have to have certain core qualifications in order to like make it past OPM. OPM has a panel for SESs, and you have to go before the panel, and the panel will approve you or disapprove you. And I don't know why I can't refresh this, but anyway, they didn't mess it up. No, I ain't worried about it. But you have to do these ECQs, and they basically are like about leadership, how many people you led, what impact you have, things like that. But they don't just take any ECQs. They're like weighted on a panel, and the only way that, like, so as a, say if you was a GS 12, 13, 14, say if you was a GS 12, you may have ECQs, you may have leadership competencies because you was a supervisor or you was a leader in whatever section or whatever organization you was in, but your ECQs wouldn't count. They only counted really GS 15 level ECQs. So in order to become an SES, you have to be a GS 15 pretty much, or a 14 who is tasked to do GS 15 level stuff. And the only way to do that, to become a GS 15, it's no education requirement to become a GS 15. The only requirement for GS 15 is that you be a GS 14. Like, you got to be a GS 14 to be a GS 15. And to be a GS 14, you have to be a GS 13. And to be a GS 13, you have to be a GS 12. Now, to be a GS 11, you can have a master's, or no, PhD, and come in as a straight GS 11. But primarily, you have to be in a job for 1 year as a GS 11 to even become a GS 12. It's no education requirements. So same thing with the rest. From GS 12 on up, you have to just be the lower grade GS 11 for a year to move up. GS 12 for a year before you can move up. So I had to go back through the GS system in order to become an SES. And at a certain point, money is all relative, right? Whether or not you make 130,000, or you make 180,000, or you make 500,000. Don't get me wrong, 500,000 is a lot more money. It's a lot. Listen, it's a lot more money than 130,000. It is. It is. But we all can live in decent houses. We all can drive decent cars. So for me, money is just not the motivating factor at this point, because it's hard to go wrong really at this point. Now it's like I want the power. I'm gonna be honest. I want to be able to make change and make decisions and stuff like that. That's what I want to be able to do. But Legacy Nurse, by the way, Legacy Nurse, I want everybody to clap it up. Legacy Nurse has sponsored this stream. She donated $5 to the stream. I appreciate you. Shout out to you. Yeah, even this stream, I don't know if y'all can see it, but I can see it. It say, let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. This is your first super chat on a live stream. Hey, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. Dallas Ryder said, I hit over 6 figs with my GS promotion and finally obtaining 100% VA after getting all my deployments and awards. Just wish the economy wasn't ass. Okay, when you say the economy is ass, that's a weird, he said it, I'm just repeating it. But you said the economy is ass. I want to know what's bad about the economy. I need to know. I want to hear it. I want to know, because you're making 6 figures now. You got your GS promotion, and you got 100% from the VA. I'm not 100%. I'm working on it. I'm praying for it, But you say that the economy is ass. What about the economy? Because I ain't gonna lie, gas is super low right now. Food is relative. I don't know what's bad right now. When you're making a certain amount of money, what's bad? Cars are. You don't have to get a car loan, but while L23 said, I just got here, work for an accounting firm and they match your 401k stuff. Wait, hold on. You work for an account, or you're asking me, I can't see, it's bright in here. So you said you work for an accounting firm and the match your 401k stuff. So no. I'm working for the government. I'm a GS, so. But the GS, as a GS, they match your 401k. But accounting firms definitely match. 401ks. Well, it depends on the organization, but most, especially the big ones, they probably have better packages than what the government got. Um, Let me see. Every accountant knows how to file taxes. No, no. Every accountant does not know. I mean, let's say, is that a class that we probably took? Because I think I had to take. I think I might have taken a personal tax class and then a corporate tax class, but it was still not like I'm a tax professional or anything. We have to get through a class or whatever, but it's not like I know the laws of tax change every year. Stuff changes, just like when I'm talking about 401k contributions and stuff like that, but the laws change all the time. Some years you can do this, and some years you can do this. Some years you can do this, and some years you better not do this, you know. So it just all depends. So everything is always changing. That's why you have to stay up on it. But nah, you don't have to be an accountant to even file taxes. There's plenty of people working at H&R Block and other places like that who file taxes. I have to go to a tax accountant. I do, because my shit is crazy. My I may have. So I think one year I had 11 sources of income. They were small. They had a bunch of small ones, but they add up, you know. So, but yeah, I've had very complex taxes, and I remember I had a house. I was in school for accounting, and I had went to go get my taxes filed. Now I wasn't an accountant yet. I was still in school, so I was in school and I was reading this chapter, and it's like the same day I'm going to file my taxes, and I just happened to crawl, like we was studying this chapter about real estate or whatever and stuff like that. And so I go in to file my taxes. I'm in Kansas at the time too. So the lady says, well, you know, because I asked the lady, the tax lady, I said, well, how do you look at this, right? And she said, oh, well, you got to, you know, this is what it is. Your house is this much, so we're going to depreciate your house or whatever. And I said, oh, really? I said, how much? She said, how much did you pay for it? I told her how much I paid for it. This is when I had bought like a foreclosure. It was like $54,000. I told her how much it was. I paid for it or whatever. She was like, okay, well, we're going to depreciate the house for 27 and a half years. I said, okay, cool. Okay, I like that. What does that mean? Like, you know, like how much am I saving? And then she was like, oh, on 54,000, and she did that, and she was showing me the number. And I said, really? I said, I thought it was going to be less, right? I'm not a tax guy. I didn't know. I thought it was going to be less. So I was just like, man, I thought it was going to be less money than that. That's crazy. And she said, yeah, no, it's going to be this much, because she devalued the 54,300 over 27 and a half years. This was the problem. The problem is, when she told me this, deep down, I was like, man, that's good, because I know I can't do tax, because I thought you couldn't depreciate land. I thought land didn't depreciate. So she's saying she's going to depreciate the whole amount. That means she's going to depreciate the land too. I didn't know you couldn't depreciate the land. And she said, why would you think that I couldn't? Like, why would you think it was going to be less? And I said, well, I just thought that you couldn't appreciate the land. I'm just trying to see how y'all do this. I love it. Like, keep doing what you're doing. And she said, I don't know about that. And she got up and she walked over to the lady who was managing the office. And the lady said, hey, he said, am I able to depreciate his land? Because he didn't think I was able to depreciate his land. I said, hey, look, I don't know that. I'm stupid. I don't know that. I'm just in school. I just don't know. I think it's beautiful what y'all doing. I love this. I can't wait to get into accounting. And then the lady said, you can't depreciate his land. She said, hey, you just get up and come over here with me. You got the most complicated taxes in here. They're new. I'm training them, but they never seen taxes like yours. Because I had a lot of stuff. I had music royalties. I had this. I had that going on. I had a lot of stuff going on. But, had tenants and stuff. So the lady was like, don't you go to regular people no more. You need to go to somebody who know what they're doing. Don't you just go into a tax office. You go in there and ask for the accountant or the head person in the office. So I was like, yes, ma'am. This is way before I was an accountant. So she started asking me, hey, are you thinking about doing taxes? Because you know more than they do. And I'm like, okay, that's scary, because I don't know nothing about taxes. But you do not depreciate land. So if your house was so 10,000, so the land was $10,000. That's what the value of the land was that the house sat on. I bought a foreclosure, so I bought it for 54,300. But land never depreciates, so the land was going to be the price of the land no matter what. So we could only depreciate 44,300. So she was going to depreciate the entire amount. It was going to get me jammed up. So you got to be careful. Let me see. My great great grandma lived in East St. Louis in the 1940s. I don't know what it was like in the 1940s, but in 2005, in 2005, it was tough. Let's see. Let's say YL23 said, funny. I had a driving mental hospital patient's home job. Whoa. Whoa, the adventures you must have had. He said, I drove a dude from Chicago to East St. Louis. Dude told me he was so bad the police was begging him to leave East St. Louis. God. Jeez. Where he supposed to go if he can't be in East St. Louis? Where he supposed to go? By the way, YL23, where you from? Matter of fact, where's anybody from? Where are y'all from? Check in for me. Yeti. Okay. He said it has to be stressful having 4,000 employees. Yeah, it's a different level. The legacy nurse said, understandable, nothing wrong with you following your goals inside and outside of entrepreneurship. So don't get me wrong, I still would dabble in contracts. I still would dabble in contracts. For sure. I would still dabble in contracts if it makes sense. But, my goal is just something else. I've done amazing things, seen amazing things, and now it's like I said, it's like a passion now. Like I'm focused on being in leadership. So, while L23 said, thanks, Legacy Nurse. Oh yeah, he said, thanks, Legacy Nurse, congratulations for sure. Mike Trade says, yo, what's good, King Hippo? Hey, not much, brother, not much. Dallas Ryder says, the valuing of the dollar, for sure. So the advantage of real estate is, and I'm not saying that I'm a huge proponent of real estate because, like I said, I'm getting ready to sell a house right now. I mean, but that's actually good. That's a good reason that you may want to be in real estate. I'm about to make, $40,000 on a house right now. So, it can be a good reason to be in the real estate. So, but I will say that any investment that you want to do it because you like it. If you want to do stocks, do it because you like it. There is a value in everything. Real estate just has some really, really good tax advantages for sure. Just so many. It's crazy. Every time I used to ride by my house in Macon, so I got a son in Macon, but every time I ride that way, I ride by my house, check the yard, check on some things, and that trip is a business trip. It's a business trip. Now, I did check on it every time I went down there, but it's a business trip. That's your property, that's your business. You rent it out, you do this, you do that, that's yours. But I also go see my son and my mom and my sister, So, YL23 said, I'm from Maywood, Illinois. I ain't never heard of that, which is 5 minutes west of Chicago. Maywood is home of Fred Hampton, Doc Rivers, Michael Finley, Shannon Brown, Bob Johnson's millionaire wife. I forgot her name. The legacy nurse says, I'm from Macon, Mississippi. Whoa. I don't know nothing about that, but Mississippi. I know about Jackson, Mississippi. And I'm based in Starksville, Mississippi. Okay. How far is that from Jackson, Mississippi? Stay away from there. I got some neighbors around here from Jackson, and they always have to go back for something bad. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, I didn't told y'all. I done told y'all my salary for this year. I done told y'all what I'm bringing in this year. 170,000, a little more than that, probably closer to 200, but 170,000. Y'all see that? I just want to know how much money y'all getting this year. Get in the chat. Get in the chat. Let me see how much money y'all bringing in this year. That's what I want to know. That's what I want. I'm in your pockets. Y'all in my pockets. Y'all tuned in to find out my breakdown of my $170,000. Now I want to know how y'all. I want to hear about it all. I want to hear. Tell me just the total. Or maybe you could tell me how you got there, because maybe you getting VA disability. Maybe you getting this. All right, hold on. Let me read this. YL23 says, on that song, When a Woman's Fed Up, R. Kelly says this line, she's from a small town outside of Chicago. R. Kelly was talking about Maywood. That's what's up. That's what's up. I got to find out about Maywood. All right, the legacy nurse says 2 hours, graduated from nursing school in Jackson, and lived there for 5 years. It was rough, but it was better than being in Memphis. Oh yeah, Memphis crazy too. Jeez. I just moved home from being there for 7 years. Wow. How you get to Memphis and not to Atlanta? Because you was so close to Atlanta that you was still not, but you, what happened? You supposed to made it all the way to Atlanta. Like, Atlanta is where it's at, okay? Atlanta is where it's at. It's right. It's not overrated. It's underrated, actually. As crazy as y'all think Atlanta is when y'all be watching TV, it's crazy. It's crazier. It's crazier. All right. Let's see. While L23 said Maywood sent more players to the NBA than any other town in Illinois. Jeez, okay. So y'all an NBA town. Y'all an NBA town. That's what's up. I come to Atlanta once a year or so, but I hate the traffic there. Guess it wouldn't matter much though, because I'm a homebody. Right. So, when we make a, I'm not fit to say nothing crazy, but I don't want to say nothing too crazy. I guess I'm gonna say it. Most of us work from home, and most of these people making $100,000 in Atlanta is working from home. My mama was here at my house during some holiday season or something like that, and so she was just here, like staying here for like a week or two. And I came home from the store, and she said, son, what kind of neighborhood this is? Just like that. I didn't know what she was talking about. I was like, huh? She said, I see all these big houses, and I don't never see nobody go to work. Every morning, I'm looking out the window. I don't never see nobody leave. Everybody just stay home all day long. Nobody never leave. Don't none of y'all never leave. Like, how is this happening? How do y'all have houses this big and don't nobody never go to work? And I was like, oh, we probably work from home. She was like, oh, I don't even never seen that. Where I'm from, people go in, they get in their cars in the morning, they drive to work. The whole neighborhood be leaving and coming back home at a certain time. But nobody never leaves here. She said, I've been here for 3-4 days, ain't nobody left yet. She was like, this is crazy. What is going on here? Okay, while L23 said, I made about 50K. Okay, clap it up for 50,000. Clap it up for 50,000. Hey, man, we celebrate all the money. We celebrate all the money. Do y'all remember? Man, y'all remember we ain't had nothing? Like, I don't know about y'all. But that struggle was real. That struggle was real. That struggle was real. You made 50,000. That's to be celebrated. We celebrating if you had to say it $12, we're going to celebrate it. I told you my partner, $900 a month. Thought he was making 80,000. It's all in how you work it. It's all in how you work it. 50K that's a salary. YL23 says, yeah, we're in the NBA town. He said, I need to move to Atlanta. I want to work from home. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Working, teleworking. Teleworking or remote jobs. Whole city full of them. Everybody at the house. Everybody at the house. Okay. The legacy nurse says, I essentially work from home now. I take call. I take call for hospice patients on nights, weekends, and holidays with a salary of $70,000. Okay. I work 7 nights on and 7 nights off. So you work basically half time. 7 nights on, 7 nights off. Sorry about the typos, multitasking. Don't apologize. You making 70,000, working half a month. You work 7 days on, 7 days off. You work 14 days a month, 15 days a month. And you making 70,000 doing that? So we're gonna double your salary and say you really make 140,000. Because if you work the full a full month like everybody else. But that's what's up though. That's what's up. So you're a registered nurse, man. A lot of these registered nurses out here going crazy with it. They in the hundreds out here, working 3 days a week or something like that. 3 days a week, 3 days on, 2 days off, 2 days on, 3 days off, something like that. They going crazy. Shift diff, overtime, making another 40K working at the hospital in Macon. Wait, you mean still or? Oh yeah, because you're making Mississippi. I'm thinking making Georgia. Okay, I see what you did there. So you making 110. I got you. See, she done broke it up. She just messed me up. A job call. YL23 said a job called me. I have to drive to Walkerton, Indiana from Chicago, but I'm still listening on the road. Thanks for the talk. Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all y'all, man. Y'all, I love to see people making 100,000, 70,000, 50,000, 25,000. If you whatever is working for you, whatever, if you starting out at one place and you moving up, I love to see it. I love to hear it. Like I said, my people was making 10,800 and he was smoking and drinking better than most. Okay? I don't know how he was doing it. He don't even know. We had a long conversation about how in the world he was doing this. Apollo Street says, I have a question. Is becoming a CPA worth it? Found your channel on Monday and you got some dope content. Oof, okay. Is becoming a CPA worth it? You know what? I hope y'all don't mind. I'm going to go run and get something to drink real quick. I'll be back because I got to answer this. I'll be right back. All right. I'm back. Okay. So, is a CPA worth it? The legacy nurse says that tax convo hits home. Sadly, that 110K is all gross, so it's not enough even in such an impoverished area. Got to get to 50K plus per month in order to do what I like to do from my family's legacy. I feel you. By the way, it's bright in here, so I'm like trying to. So, okay. Is the CPA worth it? First, Apollo Street, what do you want to do? Like, what's your goal? Is there an income goal? Is there like a lifestyle goal? Like, what do you want from accounting? Like, what are you trying to do? Because that kind of matters. Because do you need to have a CPA to make $100,000? Like, if your goal is to say, can I make $100,000 without a CPA? Yes, you can. You can absolutely make $100,000 without a CPA. But if you were also like, well, I want to work in public accounting and I want to work at a CPA firm, then it probably would make sense for you to get your CPA. So a lot of that stuff is just really going to depend on, it's just really going to depend on like what you want to do for a living. So that's why I'm asking that, because it just really depends. In my world, it doesn't make sense, but in your world, depending on what you want to do, could make all the sense in the world. So hold on, let me see what you said. Oh yeah, so I'm still waiting on you to let me know what you want to do, and I'll be able to really direct you to what you should be doing. I'm actually planning on going for the CFE soon. I really want to do it in the next couple weeks, like the next month or so. I really want to go for the CFE, but that's because I really enjoy fraud and I want to go to the top. And yeah, so I want to do the CFE for that reason, to prove that I'm that guy when it comes to fraud. And then I may also do it on the side. So CFE is a certified fraud examiner. So, but Apollo Street says my income goal is to make 6 figures or more, and to learn about the tax rules and regulations. I want to start a business one day and implement those skills from accounting. So, do you need to be a CPA in order to do tax? No. You don't have to be a CPA to do tax. Do you have to be a CPA to make $100,000 in tax? No. Do you have to be a CPA to do $200,000-$300,000 in tax? No. So now, if you're going to do tax, you're going to work at a CPA firm. More than likely, they're going to be pushing, or they're going to hold you back from moving up until you get your CPA. But do you have to be a CPA to have your own tax accounting practice? Absolutely not. You have to have a CPA to say you're a CPA. Like, if you have a business and you advertise that you're a CPA, then you have to have a CPA. If you are going to sign income statements, then you have to have a CPA. But if you're doing tax, you don't have to have a CPA for that. I mean, look at all the people who I know exotic dancers who do tax now. Like, and they never been to college. Okay, they do tax, and you can make money doing it. Doing tax is gonna be really more so like who's coming to you. Now if even my accountant is not a CPA, and I have very complex taxes, but she's not a CPA, but she's a very, very good tax accountant. She just, I guess, chose not to do CPA. You would think she's a CPA, but she's not. And not all CPAs are unless the CPA is doing tax, and staying up on it. Like, it may be some people who do tax better than them, who because they do that all the time, and the CPA may be doing something else. He might be doing assurance services or something as his primary job. So it really just depends. But to make six figures, nah. You don't need it. You don't need it to make six figures. Nah. You ain't got to do that. Let's see. You ain't got to do that, my dog. I wonder if I could. Let's see. Edit, view. Let's see. History. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to see if I can get back to Google on this other window over here. I don't think it's gonna let me. I don't think it's gonna let me. Group selected items. There's supposed to be a way I can refresh this. Oh, there it is. Oh, that didn't work. Brought me right back. Let me try this other way. That didn't work either. All right. Let's try this. Ah, that worked. Okay. All right. Now don't ask why I went to MSN. I just had to go over here. Let me see. Google. Oh my God. Trust me, I did not type Google that bad. It's moving slow. Come on. All right. Because what I'm going to show you is, come on. Because what I'm going to show you is some jobs that you can do with no CPA. Okay. So you're going to go forward. All right, I'm going to do this a different way. I'm going to do this a different way. All right, here we go. It likes Google better. All right, so now this is the government website, usajobs.gov. If you've heard of it, like this video. Matter of fact, we should have likes on this video. We should definitely have plenty of likes on this video. Everybody watching should be liking this video. All right, so you want to be an accountant. Now, this is the thing. There's certain keywords that are accountant related. So let's say you have words like accountant that will pull up job titles, but auditor pulls up job titles. CFO is in Chief Financial Officer. Maybe that word didn't. Maybe I gotta actually type it out. So these pull up job titles. So let's look at audit. I love audit. So let's see. Let's look for. Okay. I wonder why it's jumping like this. Okay, let's look salary. Okay, descending, not ascending, descending. Okay, so here we go. Here's a job, supervisory auditor. Click on it. Can I move? Oh, it won't let me scroll. It will not let me scroll on this. That's crazy. But this job, it won't let me scroll. That's crazy. I can't scroll on this. It won't go down. View. Damn, it won't let me scroll down. But you go to this job and then you'll find out because I can't like actually go to it. But you go to that job and that was a GS15. So maybe we can do this a different way. No, that wouldn't work either since I can't scroll down. Okay, so anyway, you go to USA Jobs and you'll be able to see that job. Supervisory auditor. It's a GS15 looks like. I'm not sure where it is, but oh, you know what? Yeah, I can do this. I should be able to do this. Properties, Google. Let's see, properties. Okay. Okay, so if you looked up, let's say in Atlanta, GS 15 pay in Atlanta. Let's say GS 15 pay in Atlanta. It ain't gonna let me scroll. It's not gonna let me scroll down. Can I minimize? Oh, it ain't gonna let me scroll. But you can go on this website. You can type in GS Pay in Atlanta, and you'll be able to see. You'll be able to like click on, and you'll be able to see how much GS15s make. As a matter of fact, can somebody tell me how much GS15 makes in Atlanta from GS1 to GS10 to step 1 to step 10? Y'all let me know. This is my first time trying this. Apparently, it don't like me. But GS15 step 1 to GS15 step 10. Let me know how much they make. And then if you scroll down, you'll see where the GS15s for that position, I promise you, I ain't sure because I can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see it. I might have to pull out a cell phone to see it. But I'm pretty sure that you do not have to have a CPA or any certification to have that job, to get into that job. You can look at what the qualifications are, but I'm pretty sure it's not necessary. Okay. Apollo Street said, thank you for the sauce, bro. No problem, man. No problem. Hold on. I missed some other ones. Okay. All right, so the legacy nurse says, my tax preparer is not a CPA, but is the truth. Like Benny first LP. That's a fact. All right, so she is a previous bank manager, life insurance broker, and is based in Snellville, Georgia. I took her tax prep course just for knowledge. What's her name? Hey, send me, cause I'm in this area. I'm in the area. Like Snellville ain't that far from me. I'm in the area. I be in Snellville all the time. I'll be down there all the time. I'm gonna look her up, and I'm gonna be like, hey, the legacy nurse told me about you. I might even bring on the channel. Let me get an yeah. Let's do that. I'll try and get on the channel. She doing all this stuff anyway. But yeah, like, shoot, drop her email or something in the chat. Drop her email in the chat or phone number or something in the chat. We'll try and get it on the channel for sure. Apollo Street says, thank you for your sauce, bro. No problem, man. This is all for y'all, man. This is all love. The Legacy Nurse says she has a tax academy with weekly live sessions, coaching, and private Facebook group that helps people open their own home-based tax firms. That's what's up. That's what's up. She almost sounds like. See, I had Miss Tamika on here before. Miss Tamika does assisted living facilities, but she also has a tax agency and stuff like that. So it sounds, people in Georgia hustlers. I don't know about where you from, but in Atlanta, people around here getting money. So, all right. Tone all day said your videos be so motivational. Man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Okay, the Legacy Nurse says step 1. That's not correct. The Legacy Nurse that don't. First of all, this is crazy. I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to pay attention to this. I looked at this salary, and so I said, y'all put in here GS 15 step 1 through step 10 for Atlanta, right? She put step 1 $123,000 to $159,000 for, and I want y'all to pay attention because that's a really, really good salary. That salary, as soon as I saw it, I said, "Oh, that ain't it," because that ain't it. Because GS15s make more than that in Atlanta. And like I know it. Like as soon as I saw it, I said, "Oh no, that ain't right." But that's still a really good salary. That's how crazy it is. That's a really good salary, but I'm like, that ain't even enough. Like that's like I had to catch myself like, yo, that's crazy. That's really crazy because like that ain't even, that's crazy because like that's a really good salary, but that's the, I think GS14 start higher than that maybe. So yeah, so if you were maybe looking at GS15 but not in Atlanta, see we also get locality pay. So GS15 in Atlanta, let me tell you what it is. When somebody else tell me, because she a little multitasky right now. So somebody else get in there and look it up. What's GS15 step 1 in Atlanta, and then what's GS15 step 10 in Atlanta? And that's a really good salary. That is a really good salary. You also got to look at the years too. So you got to remember to look at 2024. That might be an older year, like some years back or something. So while y'all looking that up, I'm about to look something else up. Let's see. Okay, properties. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm about to look up GS 15. If y'all don't do it, I'm waiting on y'all. I'm gonna wait on y'all. Somebody drop it in the chat for me. Somebody drop it in the chat for the boy, man. Somebody look out for me. Who gonna look out for me? Who gonna look out for me? That's what I want to know. Who gonna look out for Sino real quick? There we go. The Legacy Nurse comes through again, being marvelous as usual, as usual. She drops through with the GS15 Atlanta salary for step 1 through step 10. And that number is still not right. I can't believe this. How did you get the number so close but so wrong at the same time? Hold on, I gotta look this up just to ensure that I'm not tripping. She was so close. So close. I don't know what you're looking at. You were so close. You got the first number correct. You got the first number correct. That's still not enough money. And that's a really good, that's crazy, right? That's a really, really good salary. She put 151,894 for step 1, and step 10 she put 186,854. And that's still not enough. Still not enough. It's really, really good money though. It is extremely good money. But the first number is correct. 151,000. There we go. She got it. Yes, sir. Where did you get this 186 from? I don't know where this 186 came from. But yes, the true salary of a GS15 step 1 is 151,000 up to 191,900. That is, they basically cap out. They topped out. They can't go any higher because they put it like that for YouTube is not receiving a video to maintain smooth streaming. It says usual. Okay, so yes, so it is capped out at 191,900. GS pay stops at 191,900 no matter where you are. If you're in DC, you can't make no more. If you're in Cali, you can't make no more than 191 as a GS15 step 10. That is the top GS salary. But that is a crazy amount of money. Now remember, they still matching 5%. They still matching at 5%. Think about that. They still matching at 5%. So let's go to our calculator. All right, so 191,000. We said 900 times. They said 900, right? Yeah, 900 times 0.05%. That's 9,500 that the government is going to match you, 95.95. So add that to 95.95. So they putting $19,000 of your salary in there without you even pushing to get to the. That's at 5%. So you probably add another 1 or 2% to that. You're gonna be at your 23,000 for the year. Too easy. Well, actually no, because you still, that's only still gonna be like divided by 2. Hold on. Divided by 2. You only really put 9,500 in there, so you got to put a little bit more. You got to put. That's 23. You got to put another 13,000 in there, but you're making 191,000. Come on, this is nothing. You're gonna need to do something because you're making too much money. Tax is gonna kill you. Tax is gonna kill. So yeah. But yeah, man, I really appreciate y'all coming on here. And how often you think I should do these lives? How often y'all think I should do these lives like this? By the way, we still need to get the tax lady's info that you were talking about. So we still need to do that. Gabe Bond said, salute. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, fam. So, how often y'all think we should do this, man? I'll probably come on here. Because I was telling people I could probably do this once a week. I mean, I'm in my room. This is my bedroom. Okay? This is my bedroom. I could do this. Anytime. Well, not anytime, but a lot. So I was thinking maybe I could try to do this like once a day. You know, just come on, jump on real quick. Probably not be on this long. Um, the text info is above. Sheena does hers weekly, so try that. Yeah, she does. She does, and she told me, she said, "Yo, do it once a week." So I thought about doing that too. But I think I can do more than that though. just because if I had a whole different setup, and I was actually too busy to really even do anything, but at this point I'm like, man, I'm in my bedroom, you know. So I could maybe do a little more than a week, but a week out, 1 week is probably cool. You should do lives every Thursday or Saturday. Every Thursday or Saturday. I used to do Casino Wednesdays on a different platform long time ago, like years and years ago. I don't know what made me start just doing that, but sometimes I think about Casino Wednesdays, but Thursday or Saturday. Definitely probably not Saturday. Saturday is terrible on YouTube, at least for my stuff. I don't know what be going on, but people who watch my channel do not be at home watching YouTube. they be in the streets. They be living their life. During the week is the best time to catch people. So yeah, I'm gonna look at my analytics, and then my analytics will tell me when you guys actually are available. And I guess I'll make my decision from there. But yeah, jump on these lives, man, because I be really want to hear from y'all. And the legacy nurse, either message me on Instagram with the lady info or whatever, but I'm trying to find out who that lady is in Snellville. That's really close. So anyway, right now you're watching Casino is the Name. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we out. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the Name.